is simple.
What's up, guys, ladies? I wanted to do a show tonight uh, talking about how the Christian men in the church think about what Mr. Marvin Sapp did, real Marvin Sapp. Uh, I want to let y'all know that the guy had our. This was a conference, right? Happened last year. Okay, they had already. People have already paid to come to this conference. Okay, this wasn't like your normal church service offering, right? People had paid already a price to get there to the conference, plus pay for their hotel, plus pay for their drive to the conference, right? So they took up three offerings. If I'm wrong, y'all check me on that. But I think they took up three offerings. These people have already paid to come to the conference. Then just think if you went to like a Beyonce concert, and then once you got in there, they took up more offerings, for Beyonce concert. They passed around another type of uh, gifting her more money, even though you done already paid $1,000 to get into the concert. Now they gonna pass this plate around for you to give more money to her three more times. Think about that, if you will. So they had already paid to get here. That's what I'm trying to say. These people had already paid. Then this preacher gets up. One of them had asked for $800 per person. I think he wanted $1,000 per person. Then he went down to like $20. So if he had 20 people to give $1,000, that's what he kind of broke it down to. But remember, these people had already paid their money before he said shut the door or lock the door or close the door. Either way it go, the people couldn't move. So I recorded some brothers who was, who are deacons in the church, and you're gonna hear them explain what they thought happened and what they feel happened and what should have happened. So I wanted to, but before we talk about them, I think I got Joe Brown on here. So let me see if I got the right tape up for Joe Brown. Yeah, I'm listening to Judge Joe Brown on this topic. Let me get him on here. Now check out Judge Joe Brown. He gonna go in. I like Judge Joe Brown. Now he's on the Real Dana show. It's a good show for everybody to watch. Join. Dana has blew up here lately. I remember when she first got started. She started with the Star Report. I love the Star Report. Before let me tell y'all. Anyway, this is the Real Dana. She gives good information. I met her, or I first saw her on the Star Report. She used to give Star all kind of talking points, and Star, he goes in. So, but Dana has started her own thing, and as you can see, her channel is growing very, very huge. She got like 90,000 viewers right now. So hopefully, Frank Bland will get that one day. But right now, everything black, which is Frank Bland's show, is catching up. We're gonna get more effect. I got new equipment coming out, so we're gonna catch up. We're gonna get with the big dogs. We just gonna be patient. Okay. Let me play this part. I think I'm at the right spot here.
All right, let me finish playing.
That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangible, just don't.
Real Dana, not gonna play all your stuff. I want to go down and see the rest.
That was in
reaction. I want y'all to go see the whole show there on Dana.
Giving is worship. It is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. Some people need $20. It's an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just for y'all giving.
To do what?
That's it.
Before you saw the knife in the skinny guy's hand.
I've heard this so many times. Repetitious, extremely repetitious. It's awesome. It's an example of gladly. One of our people is we don't want to invest because it's they're spending it for purposes that do not have anything to do with community development. They're spending it for purposes that have absolutely nothing to do with community peace. They're spending it for absolutely no reason that bestows sense of purpose on the people that ought to be listening to it. They do not do anything about inspiring people to do the right thing as character. Doing it, giving them believe that this is you spend money where you probably deserve to go.
And I totally agree with Judge Joe Brown. 90% of the time, if you go on Real Dana show and listen to him, the man is right on the needle. So I got to give him his props. He always have been a rider for Black people, and I appreciate Judge Joe Brown. I just had to let y'all see his reaction on this. You know, he's a real man. You know, he used to have this thing called Man Up. So you getting it from the real. And a lot of Black men expect, you know, like they say, 80% of them, we don't even go to church. We don't deal in that stuff, man. We leave that to the ladies. That's what the ladies do. And you got a few guys that still go, but you know, y'all need to come out of there, man. That stuff is doing nothing for the Black community. Nothing. They're bringing us down. So I wanted you to check out these other guys here. Let me stop the screen on that. Get back up here. Let's go here. Now I feel like these some good brothers. They go to church, you know, and they are making a stand. They're talking about it. And I just want y'all to hear them out. This good brother here, he got a show called Dear Woke Christian. And if you're a Christian man, I suggest you to go over there. They have pretty good discussions on, church-going people. And I want you to hear these guys out. They bring up some good subjects and talking points. Let me get on over here to the discussion.
I think I got it. Oh yeah, I got it right here. Here it is.
Let's start with Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp got himself into some trouble. This
Why
is
is this
actually from
not-
last year. But it's going
Hold on one
around
second.
now.
One second. Ours podcast. We got Sean Grant. I think this gentleman's name is Jay, and Beast. And of course, and it's a good conversation. I don't mind on it though. Yeah.
Everywhere. So let's start with Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp got himself into some trouble. This is actually from last year, but it's going around now, literally everywhere. I'm talking about everybody's talking about this. So let's hear what he said that got him into some controversy.
I said close the doors. Close the door. Y'all gonna be jumping. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching. 1,000 that's watching. Small $3,000. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I just think $20,000 of money. The movies, buy a box of popcorn, get one soda, 2 straws. That's swag. I was looking at her eyes. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seated, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. Let's see. So put your 20 away, preachers. $20 wasn't for you. I need you. If you're giving up, you get tangibly. I'm gonna have to the altar. Just put your hand on the. Take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
At that.
Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk.
You know, shout out to the Track Stars. They are a Christian podcast here in Atlanta. They've been doing it for a while, a long time. They do this kind of panel discussion every week, and it's really good. But as you see here, there's 5 different people. Different people, and here and the thoughts are going to vary. With my mileage is going to vary for sure. So just want to give you a little bit of background on this before they jump in.
Chaos. People are looking for answers. And then when the first thing they see on all the blog sites, on Shade Room, Spiritual Word, and Breakfast Club, and all that,
everywhere,
they talking about a pastor pretty much doing a shakedown at the church. You know what I'm saying? Like it really gives the gospel a black eye. So when I see
I agree with this brother right here. When they do that, they do give the church a bad name, you know, and so it's like taking another, like he said, black eye to the face, to the church. It's very bad publicity. It's just not good. like me, I'm the dude. I don't go to church at all, and I hadn't been to church in probably 25 years or so, 30. Yeah, maybe longer than that. But I ain't missed it. I don't miss it at all. Yeah. I believe in a higher power, but I don't believe in that. So, I think that you guys should take some time off and look up the history of the book. Not go in the book and get the history, but look where the book came from and get that history. Who gave you this book? Where did this book come from? And quit going, well, they done remix it. Yeah, well, if they remix it, then you getting something that's secondhand. It's not the factual copy. You know what I'm saying? So do the research on the whole book. Do the research on several religions. Figure out where all of them came from. And you're going to be shocked, because I did that. And, I was shocked. I quit even talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was all pretty much fables. They were just people that was telling stories, and they just grabbed their story pretty much and stuck them together, things that fit, things that didn't. They just tried to create something that would make you a believer. So they did their job, and all of you guys are doing yours by believing. So let's get back to this show.
At first it was funny, but now it's like, the more I look at it, it kind of grieves me a little bit, because people already don't take it seriously. So you got to think how many people see this video and be like, man, that's why I don't fool with the church right there. So it had a lot of negative impact, I feel like.
I like it.
So I have a different lens. Like, I don't like that makes the church look bad. Like, okay, somebody who's give opinion of that.
Okay, but seriously, y'all, this gentleman right here, I've heard a lot of people stop me at church today and ask me about this gentleman right here. I really want the chat. I really want your opinion about his response to this. So just put capital, just put capital O pen, and then whatever your opinion is on this, because I would love to hear what you think about this gentleman's response to this. Because I think myself, and I think his name is James, Plain James, that spoke right after me, has a green baseball cap on. I think he and I were pretty much in concert. I want to know what y'all think about this gentleman right here with the dreadlocks. I want to know what y'all think rather. So here it comes.
But you have people on your show that talk about
This guy right here, to me, he was all over the place, and right about the end, you'll see that he kind of get back in point with everybody. But at first, this guy was all over the place. I guess he was trying to be controversial. I don't know, but you'll see. Let's continue.
About killing people every day, and then you're talking about something looks bad. So I don't care about that.
Yeah.
When I have a different lens, right? So when I watch that video, right? Because I've heard about it, but that's my first time seeing it.
Oh, okay.
So I look at it, it's easy to see that and then be like, oh, you did wrong. But I feel like when I watch that video, when I look at his body language, his tone, he was absolutely angry about something. You could tell by how he was talking, like he was angry. Now, I don't know if y'all ever have traveled or done shows or stuff like that, but a lot of times when you go to some places, things don't happen the way they're supposed to. Mm-hmm. So he sounds absolutely upset
With everybody.
Organizers. With everybody.
Oh, interesting.
He sounds like he's upset. And then he mentions as soon as he took it off, he's like, get the mic. I'm getting in my truck. I'm going to my hotel. So he's upset. So we're watching somebody. Let's just be real. Somebody who has literally, the boy gave us never could have made it. Mm-hmm. He's anointed.
Never could have paid it.
Well, and it's easy to say stuff like that, but it's like, bro, to me, I see somebody that's going through something and it was on camera. And this is what I'll say by that. I think he was upset. He had a bad moment. I don't even judge that by who he is. That was last year. I'd love to even hear if he's still on that or whatever. But the overarching thing is, bro, if you grew up in a black church, that's what they do. But they usually do that because they're like, man, we spent $80,000 on this event and we got $14 and it's 8,000 of y'all in the room. What's the problem? So it's easy to look at that and be like, oh, it make us look bad. It don't make me look bad. Now, me personally, if I would have wanted to leave, I would have left. Or I've been in situations like that when I'm just like, hey, now I hear the number that you want. If I may give it, I might, or I might not. But I look at that like that's a man that man gave us 30 years of his life, bro. He a pastor. It's like it looked like he had a bad moment that was caught on camera. And
yeah,
that's what it looked like to me.
I can get with that to a certain degree, but let's look at biblically. We look at Moses, right?
Yeah, he had a bad moment, and it was caught on in right.
And that bad moment cost him. So I think,
but that didn't cost him the promised land. So we can't.
But it's not necessarily the promise, man. I'm not talking about necessarily what it cost them, but the fact that the cost had to be paid.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
it is a cost that has to be paid.
So I think the cost that had to be paid, he legitimately may have been frustrated. Legitimately may have been angry.
I wish he wouldn't have had that moment.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not villainizing him or saying he's not anointed. Or I'm not saying his whole career was a sham or he's shysting folks for money. I would never say I don't know his heart.
But I promise you this: the same people talking about him was crying that they wedding walking and never could have made it.
I wasn't.
Maybe.
It's like, did y'all forget? It's like, okay,
but
he had a bad moment.
You don't villainize the person, but we can be critical.
I'm not villainizing the person. I'm protecting the human that had a bad day.
Possibly, but okay, let's see his reaction to it and see if you agree with him.
Well,
no, I'm saying I'm gonna read.
I already know what it's gonna be. If y'all came to my house and said if everybody in the world was calling me stupid, I know what my reaction might be.
Do you think this is gonna be bad too?
It
might not.
It was probably a moment where he should have probably.
Let's read it. All right. So this is what he said. The truth is, when finances are being received in any worship gathering, it is one of the most vulnerable and exposed times for both the finance.
Now that guy, to me, he talks too much, and I'm trying to cut a little bit through the show because I want y'all to go check it out for yourself. But this is not the worst of it. Now, I understand when they say women shouldn't speak in the church. Man, just wait for it.
And security teams. Movement during this sacred exchange can be distracting and at times even risky. My directive was not about control. It was about creating a safe, focused, and reverent environment for those choosing to give and for those handling the resources. Unfortunately, in the social media age, snippets are easily shared without context and assumptions are quickly made without understanding the full picture. Conferences have budgets, churches have budgets, and people have budgets. As the assigned ministerial gift for this international gathering, one of my responsibilities was to help raise the conference budget. That's not manipulation, that's stewardship.
That's fugazi.
Oh, so now look at that. Oh, look at that.
No, that sounds
okay. Let me bring you up to speed because I had it. So fugazi is another way of saying that that's a lie, or I don't know.
Or that's cap. What Melvin South put on Facebook was cap. He said fugazi. So that means a lie up there in Atlanta. But here we use cap or, people in Chicago, everybody use cap when you're telling a lie. California, I mean, that's one of the things you say. That's cap. So let's get back into this.
I became fugazi. But it basically means he's a lie. So, and I'm reading the comments. I mean, you all seem to be on par with what my thought process was that, and I'll say right now, I don't know what he's talking about with security and being secure, that makes no sense. It just doesn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
It's not, y'all make it thing, people being and you vote. Nobody else does that. Nobody, you don't have to do that. And I can tell you emphatically,
Quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm upset, I go sit down. Once again, his wife ain't here. I ain't making no excuse for him.
I guess.
But
you might
my
be
wife would have been in the crowd to my.
Right. Mm-mm.
Like, hey, chill.
Yeah.
Stop.
He was mad. I'm telling you,
But then
he
he
was
should
mad.
apologize. Then.
I'm gonna tell you how you
He
handle
should.
it.
well,
He should.
Hold on. Go
well, I'm only to push back on the he was mad argument. He doesn't say that in the response that I was upset. I was emotionally charged. Like
That's fugazi.
Right. So even in his response sounds very much like what we're saying.
Right.
That he was.
No,
he was
with
mindful
y'all.
of the
I'm on
money.
y'all team.
Oh, okay.
I'm
No,
on y'all team.
yeah, I got you.
I'm with y'all. I wish stuff like that did not happen. I hate it. It sucks. But let's be real. It's the culture we come from.
I'm gonna show you this on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
Me and Young
Bring it
Noah, we at the show. We in Miami, right? Dude said he gonna give us X, Y, and Z. We drove down there.
That's everybody's story. If you-
No, I'm saying. So that's 10 hours, right?
Yeah.
So we do the show. He was like, man, the money ain't looking right. I didn't get the mic and said, hey, man, shut the door. You know what I'm saying? What I did was I got bro in the office. I said, hey, bro,
Close the
which
door.
probably one of the best things. I said, hey, bro, we gotta leave with something, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I did that behind the scenes.
Well, yes. I'm glad. I'm glad you did that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But watch this. Because I know you're not.
yeah.
I know you're not.
I know you do.
Now that you telling that one story now.
Yeah.
Now imagine if everything you did was on tape.
Everything. I'm a transparent person, so I feel like I could put it on the
Yeah, but I wouldn't want everything that I've done.
I wouldn't either.
not everything, but I'm just saying
Even in the context of this ministry stuff. Like I've had bad days,
Right.
and I'm glad they weren't on camera.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is this, bro. We are so quick to kill
Brother
our
talking too
wounded,
much
bro.
to me, but
My thing is
I don't know
this
what
is
y'all
my
think.
thing, right?
he's talking
I'm
a
never
lot.
gonna publicly.
He just
I'm just
overboard
telling
with
you
his.
where I'm
He
at.
taking over the show.
Now, when we cut these cameras off, we could talk about it. But in front of these cameras, I'm gonna protect.
Oh, okay. So you
Period.
So you feel like we need to
That's
protect Marvin.
That's our bro. We family.
I think we need to take it to scripture
Yo, so
because
there you go,
whether he
y'all.
was upset or
There you
not,
go.
we need to understand that scripture says
No,
that
he's
even
dead.
though you're
He's wrong.
angry, you're not supposed to sin. Not saying he's
Here we go. Now this is the problem right here. Family, I want y'all to take a look at this lady. This is the problem with the sisters in the church, man. Now I want y'all to just listen to what she says. She gonna take this conversation to a whole different ball game. She's one of these thumping Bible women who don't understand the Bible and is fully behind whatever a preacher says. This is that sister. If a preacher asks for $300 more, she one of them sisters that's gonna give it. All right. This is the problem with the church right here. Women like this. Here we go.
sin, but we also need to understand our presentation
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
So his
There you go.
his anger may have been justified because I've been in conferences. Usually, like you said, when those conversations happen, is when you in conferences and like you said, we put this money out. Y'all ate from these singers, these pastors. They fed you well, but you don't want to give in the offering. That is an issue in the Black church, and that did come to me even on
Why though?
I don't know, but even
No, I
on
know.
yesterday, to where the Lord was
Redlining.
like, we need to stop making it hard for the people of God to do their work for God. Pay the people. Why are you just ate from a 4-day service? You've been in eight different sessions. You got everything you needed, but you don't want to give an offering.
good.
I'm not validating that he's saying everybody need to give but he shouldn't even have this conversation with you.
Thank you so much, because And this is kind of where we were in conversation. Apex, you're crushing it today. This is where we were. And we'll go there. I really wish we had gone there and talked about it. But this is what I'm missing. This is a whole accountable issue. Mark is a sin just like me. He's a dude just like me. He needs to be held accountable just like I need to be accountable. And if I do something wrong, I need to be called on the carpet. Thankfully, I don't do things that get, dare I say, global response. But again, if I do something boneheaded, I need to get called on the carpet about it. And this is the thing, like, he needs to be held accountable and just say, like, that's wrong. But more importantly, if you look back on.
So you can see that, like I said, the female said that they done fed y'all all week. Y'all need to give. Okay, the people have paid a premium already to come to the conference. Whatever that premium was supposed to cover the cost of the conference. You shouldn't even have a conference unless it's all pretty much already paid for by the time the people get there, because they prepay for these conferences. Then they have to get all their siblings together, all their family members, all their friends, if they gonna carpool, all that, get a hotel, all that. See, y'all forget about all that part. Then you turn around and ask them for more money when they break in there. What in the hell? That was poor planning from the people who created the conference. If they didn't charge enough money for the people to come, then that was their fault. And that's what this brother ended up explaining at the end of the show. So again, Ricky Smiley, Marvin Sapp, the brothers that's in the church says you was wrong. So y'all need to get Marvin Sapp to admit he was wrong about this. Make him come out with an apology to the church, to the people who are not in the church, to everybody who he calls this friction between each other, or the friction that he calls the church, which makes men, 80% of them, not even go because of crap like this. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me. This has been Everything Black, and I will see you on the next show. Thank you for joining me. Like and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, X. I'm on X too, y'all. So y'all go over there and join me. Check me out. Follow me. I'm gonna keep hitting it hard. I got some new equipment coming to make the show more lively. I got people coming to talk on the show, business people, to give us good game on business, and I'm gonna get some people that do critic and all that type of stuff. So y'all just hold on. I'm gonna be bringing more and more each time I come on. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Sleep tight, or whatever you got to do or about to do. But I always think black until everything is black. Thank you.